What you're about to watch is part of an online training that I do twice a month inside my Movement Makers program, where I coach entrepreneurs like you how to build an online movement, how to make money from it, and use it to make a huge impact on the world. Enjoy. Today, we're going to do something different. We're going to do something special. We're going to do something that we haven't done before. And I'm very, very, very excited. This was spur of the moment. We decided to do this yesterday. And I'm going to introduce you to somebody on my team who's maybe the newest, if not one of the newest people on the team, named Nick, who has helped me with my marketing. And the top two topics you guys picked this month or this week were how to build and communicate well with your team, and then how do you outsource your marketing. For anybody new here, we always make it based off of what you guys want me to talk about. And I normally do a PowerPoint presentation the first 4 or 5 minutes, and then we do breakout rooms and Q&A. Today, we're doing something totally off the wall different, and we'll see. This would be the greatest one of all time, or a big bomb. But I don't think it's gonna bomb. I don't think it's gonna happen. So I want to introduce you to somebody named Nick, and you can see him down there. He's got the chains on, the black shirt. He woke up early for this, so we love you, Nick. Nick has been instrumental in my marketing for the past couple months, and one of the challenges that I face in my company is we've got almost 40 people now in the company, 37. I'd have to do a final head count, but it's crazy. It's like, it's growing like crazy. And I was always the marketing guy. So for everybody on my team, they're doing the videos, they're doing the editing, they're doing social media, they're doing all the stuff, but I always led marketing. And I realized if I need to step up, then I need somebody else to run the marketing for me. And the first step for me was just that realization, like, hey, I need to step even more into the CEO role. And marketing was like the last thing to give up. If you look at everything that I've given up in my company, we got 37 people. I only now brought on somebody to help me with my marketing. Marketing was the last thing to give up, because I think it's so hard to find somebody who can match the voice, who can get the message like you wanted to get out there, and somebody who cares as much as you care about the thing. And so that was step one, is just recognizing, hey, at some point I need to step up into the CEO role even more and give up marketing. Step two is then ask for help. It's like, okay, who knows somebody who could be the person? Because I didn't have anybody inside my organization who I could give it to. So then the decision is, okay, I can spend, a year training somebody up to do it, or I can go find somebody. So I started asking people. And I asked a bunch of my connections, a bunch of my friends, hey, I'm looking at I need somebody to help with my marketing. Who do you suggest? And there was a bunch of connections that they made for me. And so Nick was one of them. And I got on a call with maybe 8 to 10 different people, different companies, different entrepreneurs. And I like making team decisions based off of vibe. We can go into a further discussion, Movement Makers, about how do I hire, how do I stay in touch with, how do we manage, how do you build from 0 to 1 person to 5 people to 20 to 40? Like, we can go on another session you want into all of that stuff. But at the top is vibe. Like, I want to work with people who make me feel good. And it's just this, like, we talked for an hour already. Where did that go? Where did that time go? Right? Like, those kind of people, whether they're teammates, whether they're life partners, whether they're friends, like, you want to be around the people. Like Movement Makers, we got a vibe here, right? We got a good vibe. These are good people. Even though a lot of us have never met face to face, there's a good vibe. And so making decisions based off of vibe, I think, is really important. And then at the top level of how do you manage? Because that was the question, like, how do you build and communicate? How do you manage a team? Before any strategy, before any tactics, I think the most important thing, this is going to sound hokey, but the most important thing is love. The most important leadership strategy, I think, is love. I want the people on my team to win more than I want them to win with me. Like, I want them to win as humans. Even you guys, like, I want you to win as humans. More than winning even in here with Movement Makers. Like, if the best thing for you to do is leave Movement Makers and go do something else, I'm pumped. I want you to win. And I think when people can feel that, when your teammates feel that, when the people around you feel that, it's so much easier to have a tough conversation. It's so much easier to push them on the things that need to be pushed on. I see Alex here, on the screen for me. And Alex has probably been the longest person in this room here that I've been, working with. And there's been a lot of tough conversations with Alex. There's been a lot of like, Alex, what are you doing? Let's go. Let's step. But on around that whole thing of pushing Alex is love. Like if he didn't feel the love, then he wouldn't be doing the work. Most people, when they go work for somebody, they're doing just enough so they don't get fired. They're putting just enough work so they don't get fired. I want their hearts and their mind. I want their soul. And that's, yes, from the mission you're doing, but more that they feel connected to you, that you care about them as a human, not just the output that they're putting out. So before we bring Nick in, and there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff he's gonna share, I want to share a little bit about Nick. So I was on a call with 8 to 10 different people. When I talk to Nick, I just love this guy. Like I don't know who he is. I love his vibe. I was like, why is this guy wearing so many chains and the watch? I don't get it. But you know what? I love this guy. For some reason, like the time just flew with him. And I worked with him for I think we're into our 3rd month right now. And I already know that I've done more for him than maybe all of his clients who might have been working with him for years. I want Nick to win. And it's not that his other clients don't want him to win, but they're thinking about themselves first, which is what most people do. It's like, I want to win and Nick's going to help me win. Like, no, let's flip that up. I want Nick to win. And by Nick winning, I'm going to win too. It's not that his other client, and I'm trying to throw shade on his other clients. I just know that if Nick and I are working together for years, I'm going to bring more value to him as a human than all of his other clients combined. That's just how I operate. And that might sound egotistical or bravado, but like that's the way that I want to lead with. Like that's my mindset before I go into a call with anybody on my team. Like I want to bring this person value, not just, hey Nick, what are you gonna do for me? Hey Alex, what are you gonna do for me? Hey Drew, what are you gonna do for me? It makes a big difference. And it's not that Nick's other clients want him to lose. They're not thinking that. They're just thinking them first. Like I want to win and Nick's gonna help me do it. But I think if you can flip it to say, hey, how can Nick win? And then I win in the process too. That's when you start to win hearts and minds. And you can see it as a strategy, but I think it's just being a good person. I think it's just caring about the people around you. And then you get their entire essence into the company as opposed to just their brain. I want all of you. I want your heart. I want your soul. I want everything. And so after my first call with Nick, I remember I sent him an email. Or I think we even talked about it at the end of the call. Is like, hey, Nick, I need you to give me 10 unreasonable things that I can do for you. 10 unreasonable things that I can do for you. And I need you to send it to me like tonight or tomorrow. 10 things that I should say no to, things that make no sense. And Nick's default answer was, hey, just working together is great. Like by you working with me and us getting results, that really helps me in my business. Like, yes, and like that's not enough for me. I need a list of 10 different things that are crazy that I should say no to, but that would help you get to the next level in your life or your business. And that's partly why we're doing this today, because one of the things on the list was doing some kind of event together, doing some kind of podcast together, doing some kind of show together, right? It's like, okay, that's on your list. I should say no. Great. Let's go make something happen. We just put out a video last night on the main channel on Lyme disease. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. It just came out 6:45 p.m. Eastern last night. Terry saying thumbs up. That video came because Nick shared with me, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago that he had Lyme disease and that his mom has Lyme disease and that he's had to be his mom's primary caregiver since he was 8 or 9 or something like that. Something crazy. Like he's had to look after his mom and her Lyme disease for, his entire adult life for sure, but also as being a kid. So I said, you know what? I want to make a video on Lyme disease to spread hope, to spread awareness, so that anybody who's watching it has a little more courage to go and face it. And Nick, do you want to be in the video? He's like, yeah, I'll be in the video. Great. We made it. It came out last night. Now this video hurts my channel, right? Like I'm not making videos on diseases and Lyme and health issues, right? That's not what I'm all about. If you go look at the performance of this video, it's underperforming compared to a regular video. which also means that my next videos, the next couple of videos that come out, are also going to underperform because this one's going to do so poorly. But it doesn't matter because I want to do this for Nick as well as for everybody else out there who's struggling with Lyme disease. And that's the difference. It's like I'm willing to put my time into something and also potentially hurt some of the things that I'm doing to lift somebody up on the team. And I love Nick. He's very special. And like that could be anybody on my team. The things that I've done for Alex, we won't even get into Alex, but that's how you build a team on top, more than just like performance reviews and all the usual stuff that corporations do that, you know, most employees feel unappreciated in the company. And so, yes, the mission of what you're doing, but more importantly, is like they just have to feel that you love them and you care about them as a human. And your goal should be whoever joins you on your team for however long they're on your team, that they've become a better person because they've been with you. If you want to watch the full version of this video, as well as train live with me twice a month to help you build your movement and be around some other amazing people just like you, check out my Movement Makers program. The link to join is right there next to me. Can't wait to see you there. Continue to believe and go join.